Are you planning an upcoming wedding? Well, guys, don't get overwhelmed by wedding plans. Let us answer your wedding planning questions. National Wedding Planning Day is tomorrow, March 1st, and that is from the knot.com that has created that holiday. So today we are going to give you advice from the experts on photography, food, and more. Plus, we are going to have a link to our downloadable wedding planning guide, and that's going to help you guys answer all those questions on when do you need to meet with your florist and how to choose a wedding venue, all the way to the most popular wedding favors for 2019 that we're going to show you today. We also have our weekly $150 totally promotional gift card winner, and we have an exclusive site-wide discount code for you today as well. I'm Cassandra, and welcome guys to Totally Promotional Live. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Make sure you are hopping over to the comment section and saying hi. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you are planning an upcoming wedding, let us know when your wedding is. And if you have questions, absolutely let us know what those questions are about wedding planning. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So go ahead and make sure you're putting those in the comment section of today's live stream. So planning a wedding, it can be overwhelming and it can be stressful, but we are here to help you guys through it. And for those of you who are downloading that bridal guide, just for a side note, not all items may not apply to every one of you. And that's just due to the length of your engagement or maybe the type of wedding that you're having. So if you're having a year-long engagement, this guide's going to go along pretty well to what you'll need to expect. So we're going to start with the 12 months before your wedding. So what do you need to do 12 months before your wedding? The first thing you need to do is envision what your wedding may look like. And that is, do you want your wedding to be rustic? Do you want it to be modern? You also want to set your top 3 priorities when it comes to what is going to be important between you and your fiance, and then be flexible on the rest. And our next thing is pick a time and a date, of course. That way you can give your vendors the date and time and see if that's available as well. Your last thing is, look for and book a ceremony, venue, and reception site. So we have some tips for you guys from brides.com. And when it comes to choosing a venue that aligns with your vision, you want to make sure that you are choosing a venue that is, if you're having a modern wedding, you want to make sure that it goes with your venue. So if you are having a rustic wedding, you may want an outdoor venue. You also want to know that your guest list as well. So if you are having 200 people, you want to make sure that your venue, it can hold 200 people, or vice versa if you're having 400, so on and so forth. You also want to think about what is included in the price of your venue, and that is whether it's table linens or chairs, all of those good things. So your next month is going to be a really big month, and that's 8 to 11 months. You want to start searching and booking that videographer. You also want to shop for your wedding gown, and you're going to search for a florist. You want to envision what your reception food is going to be like. Search for that caterer. And so this is a really big month, guys. Getting a little winded. I'm getting so excited about all these bridal tips. I just want to get them all out there to you guys. So 8 to 11 months, like I said, is a big time frame. We have some tips here from Becca Wedding, and she's the owner of Brides and Beyond, and she gave us some great tips for when you're shopping for that bridal gown. So her first tip is, who should you bring with you to your appointment? And you can see here she's got a nice quote. You want to bring 2 to 3 loved ones whose opinions matter the most to you. The more people that you have in the room, the more feelings you're going to have in the room. And then it may be hard for you as the bride to be able to communicate what you really, really like if other people love one dress and you love another. So keeping it to those 2 to 3 people will help you with that as well. Her second tip is that it's okay if you find the one on your first appointment. It's okay to say yes to that experience and experience that moment in the shop. Do your research ahead of time. You want to select 1 to 2 bridal shops that fit your style and your budget. So, and I can attest to that. I selected my dress the first time that I went out shopping, so it felt good to get that selected and bought, and I didn't have any regrets that I needed to keep looking, so don't feel bad about that. Her last tip is 2 to 3 weeks in advance to book your appointment. So keep that in mind when you are scheduling that, because they do book up really, really quick. So we have some more expert tips for you guys here for your photographer. And this is a huge thing that you want to take some time to do some research. Find a photographer that is going to be in line with the style that you're looking for. And our expert tip comes from Megan Gorman from Megan Marie Studios. And she said, if you settle on that style before you choose your photographer, you are going to be able to eliminate a lot of the photographers that are out there much more quickly. You're not going to have to meet with a lot of people and then decide that they are not the one for you. She also says it's very important to be comfortable with your photographer. These are big moments, and you want your photos to be genuine to you and your day so that you can look back on these with positive memories and not feel stressed, and look at your photos and feel like, oh, I was so stressed in those moments because I wasn't comfortable. So important to be comfortable with your photographer. She gives a great example here. Imagine you're having that private, vulnerable moment with your fiance on your wedding day. Let's say it's the first time that he's seeing you in your dress. You want that to be captured in the fullest. Tears, laughter, could be tears and laughter depending on the moment. Are you going to be able to be your most vulnerable with a complete stranger? So that's definitely something you want to think about when you are booking that photographer. And her last piece of advice comes from wedding packages and how to choose them. I know it was very stressful for me to pick a wedding package. As you guys know who are planning a wedding, there are so many packages out there. So you want to make sure you're investing in a vendor that's going to feel like a friend and is going to lead you to a stress-free experience. So those are some great tips from Megan. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. And we also have some more local tips from the Coldwater Flowers on the Corner for choosing your florist. So if you are like me, when I met with my florist, I knew nothing about flowers, absolutely nothing. So choosing a florist, you want to make sure that they are either familiar with where you're going to be having your wedding, or that they have some pictures and things that you can look at. That way they can be knowledgeable about what shapes, what sizes, and even what colors may work in the space. I know that's not something I wouldn't think of when I'm choosing my flowers or my florist. You also want to consider the season that you're getting married in. I got married in the summer, so if you're getting married where it's humid or it's going to be really hot that day, you want to make sure you have those hardy flowers that aren't going to wilt. And those might be sunflowers, they might be hydrangeas, but make sure you are asking those questions with your florist so that you don't have any disappointments on the day of your wedding. So like I said, that was a really big, important month for you guys. There's a lot going on. So once you get past that month and we get to the 6 to 8 months before your wedding, you are going to be shopping for those bridal gowns. You are going to be sending out save the dates. You are going to be tasting your cake flavors, and which is one of my favorite parts, you are also going to be ordering that wedding cake as well. So when it comes to save the dates, you guys know you can find all of your save the date gifts on totallypromotional.com. So we have some examples here. We have these gorgeous photo coasters, and you can display those engagement photos. We also have our very popular can coolers, and those come in over 50 product colors. You can get them printed on the front and the back like this one here. So these are really great to mail out with your save the dates. You can also use these at your engagement parties. So make sure you guys are checking these out on our website, totallypromotional.com. And now for your cake tips. So don't skip out on that cake testing. You want to make sure that you are going in, you want to ask questions. This is a great opportunity to meet the baker. You want to see what their range is as far as their abilities. And it's a big deal to know that they're excited about your wedding as much as you are. And we want to thank the Knot for these tips as well. I don't think I said that. Picking your cake style is actually one of the last things you want to do. So go ahead, book that baker, but hold off on deciding what your cake style may be, because let's say you are having a rustic wedding, but then your wedding is in a ballroom. So those two may not go together. So you want to make sure that you are choosing the cake that's compatible with your style of your venue, your season, and your gown. So those are some great tips from the Knot to keep in mind when you are looking for your cake. So we're up to that 4 to 6 month time frame, and you want to be booking your hair appointments, makeup appointments. You are going to choose your groom's attire. You are also going to search for transportation vendors as well. So one of the great things about your venue is they may offer transportation, and those are great places to get references. Excuse me, I can't talk today, guys. Those are great places to get references from if they don't provide transportation. So we are up to our 3 to 4 months, and you are going to be mailing those wedding invitations. You are going to be purchasing wedding bands. You're going to be finalizing your wedding menu with your caterer. You are also going to be designing and creating your wedding favors. And you can see here, we have lots of wedding favors on our display, and these are some of the hottest products for 2019. And sunglasses are going to be one of those favors that your guests are going to be able to use right away. You can see put your name on them. You can put your hashtag. You can do all kinds of things with your sunglasses. Those are going to be really popular for the 2019 season. Can coolers, as we showed you guys before, are always one of our most popular options here. And again, they do come in over 50 colors, so make sure you guys are checking out those as well. Our stadium cups are a great pair to the can cooler as well. And don't forget about those wedding essentials, such as your wedding napkins and these gorgeous foil stamped coasters here. You can see, let's see, get that shine. There it is. The beautiful foil stamping. It's going to be a elegant touch to your wedding and just tie everything together. So 3 to 4 months, we are looking to get those wedding favors ordered. And you guys can check out all of our other options as well on our Totally Wedding shop. So we are up to 1 to 2 months before your wedding, so super close. You want to give that final head count to your caterer. You want to confirm your delivery location and time with your florist, because you don't want to assume that your florist will have access to your ceremony or reception site early on the big day. You also want to coordinate that time of your bouquets and your corsages being dropped off so that your photographer can have them in the photos of your formal pictures. And that tip comes from Coldwater Flowers in the corner again. Thank you guys for helping us out. You also want to confirm location times with your photographer as well. Definitely want to make sure you guys are on the same page because there are so many pictures you'll make sure you guys get. So make sure you're on the same page with your photographer. Confirm all your honeymoon travel plans as well. So I know we threw a lot of information at you guys today. I talked about all kinds of different things. We have our blog on our website featuring this information, plus our extensive wedding planning guide. It's going to have that 12-month time frame so that you know what to do from planning your day from the 12 months all the way to after your big day. So we will be posting that link in the comment section of today's live stream. So make sure you guys are downloading that and reading that blog as well, because we do have a condensed timeline if you have a shorter engagement. And once you guys are getting those products, make sure you're sending us those images and stories. We want to see your products in action. And you could receive a $150 totally promotional gift card. Just like this week's winner, Nicole and Alex, they just recently got married and ordered custom stadium cups from us. And I could have shared, guys, with you all of the photos from their wedding. They had a California festival style wedding. So congratulations to them. And thank you so much for sending us your images and stories. We do really appreciate you guys sending those in to us. We'd love to see what you're doing. For your chance to receive a $150 totally promotional gift card, simply send us your images and story to customer gallery at totallypromotional.com, or you can tag us on social media using the hashtag TotallyMyStory. Now, we are going to help you guys out with your wedding favors and your wedding essentials. You can text Totally Promo to 43506 for your exclusive 15% site-wide discount code. That is also going to get you signed up for Totally Promotional Live updates and discounts. So you guys want to make sure you are texting Totally Promo to 43506 for that exclusive site-wide discount code. And again, that's going to get you signed up for our updates and discounts. So we want to thank everybody for joining us today and listening to me give you lots of information at one time. I hope we've inspired you and we've given you tips to help with a stress-free wedding planning process, because it really should be so much fun to plan that big day. And we hope you guys will join us next Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We will be live right here on Facebook at 10 a.m. with our next show. We are going to be showing you some of the best promotional products for government. And again, I'm Cassandra. Thank you guys from everybody here at Totally Promotional. It's our products, your story.